All right, today we're spending a little bit of time in the field, so come along with me. Sometimes I think that building a business should have been or should be more spectacular. You see a lot of people on social media and you see all the highlights about what building a business is like and all the success that comes along with it, but a lot of times what you don't see is like all the drudgery, the daily things that go on that are just so boring. One of the reasons that I haven't posted a lot on social recently is because I've just been sitting at my desk doing a bunch of boring shit. And that's just what it is. It's just going through the motions. I mean, some examples. Gathering paperwork for our bonding capacity, speaking to our banker about a line of credit. And I know I could make videos about that. The problem is that a lot of that stuff is very sensitive, right? Like account numbers and routing numbers and, financial data that, I don't necessarily want to share. So, in an effort to try to share a little bit more about what the daily business is like, I'm going to take you with me on a project that I'm working on. If you guys have some ideas about what I could share and not give away information that would be sensitive to me giving it out, let me know. Let me know what you want to hear about. And I feel like I have a lot of the first-hand knowledge of building a business, scaling it from basically 0 to 3 million. I'm working on getting it from the next level is maybe from 3 to 6, eventually from to 10. I want to get to 10 million. We're a regional drywall firm, metal stud framing, so we do all commercial work, and it just takes a lot of work. I picked that because number one, I liked construction. I like construction. I liked building things. I did a lot of woodworking when I was younger. Number two, I understand the numbers now. I didn't before, but I quickly learned after having lost some money in some initial deals, what it takes to make money in this. And it's a continual learning process because you think you know how much things cost and what it takes, but over time you learn that no, it's actually more and it's actually more and it's actually more until you get to the finite and minute details of what it takes to successfully accomplish some sort of business task, right? Anyway, come along with me. If you guys have some ideas on what you want to hear about, I am an open book. I will try to give you as much of the information as I can. And yeah. All right, so I just got done walking one of our projects over here at Randolph Air Force Base, and we've got issues, like most projects do. And in this particular case, we have a standard that is changing, a standard of acceptability or level of finish that previously was one thing, and now it's changing to something else. And so the problem is that we've got to go back and try to figure out how do we make this to the standard that they want, and how do we get compensated for that to make things more complicated, to make matters more complicated. There are certain things that we need to own that are ours, small quality control issues that we need to go back and fix. But a lot of the issues that we've got on the project are attributable to this general change in perceived quality of finish. And it's basically a delineation between, a certain height, which would have been the ceiling, let's just say 8 foot, and they removed the ceiling, and so they've extended the required quality of finish all the way up to the deck, and so that's causing issues. And anyway, those are some things that I've got to work through and try to negotiate with the general contractor on to see if we can get compensated. I mean, we need to be compensated or else we won't make it out of this project alive. So just another day. Anyway, I've got to go grab lunch, so let's go do that. All right, time to head home and get some more work done. And one of the problems with trying to document all this stuff is that I can get it on the camera, I can set the camera up, I can do the camera work. The problem is that sometimes I just don't have enough time as I'm trying to solve these other issues with the business. Sometimes I don't have enough time to do all the editing. I mean, that's like a whole nother part of this documentation thing, is that not only do you have to capture it, you also have to put it together. So, and I think that's been the hardest part for me, is just putting it together. It's a lot of work.